just kind of recap the game from Saturday. We played a good first half. I think Rice has got a good ball club. They're well coached, offense, defense, kicking game, and then we came out and didn't play as well as what we need to coming in the second half. Or the last 3 games, I think we've been outscored 42-14 in the third quarter. So we're looking at doing some things differently coming out at halftime, and some things I've done in the past at other places. More of a real warm-up like you do before the game. I was talking to the guys about John Wooden. So going, who the hell's John Wooden? You know who John Wooden is. All right. One of the greatest coaches in the history of coaching, regardless of the sport. But he'd come out in the second half and he'd do a real warm-up when they came out of the locker room, and he was the only coach who did that for decades, and he'd always jump on everybody beginning of the second half. And so we're looking at doing a few different things. So, we turn our attention to East Carolina. Very talented bunch, really good defense. They've been in a bunch of ball games. Got a lot of respect for Coach Houston and his staff. He's kind of come up the same way as me with some of the different places he's coached at. So another road trip, back-to-back. So we need to just work on us and improve.
Will you come out earlier, Coach? Or?
We really not earlier. It's just more of the warm-up, and I'm going to have the coaches involved instead of just the strength staff. Obviously, the guys going up to the box will go up to the box, and then maybe running a few plays, and kind of like we do before the game. We've done a nice job starting. We need to do a good job starting in the third quarter.
Have people adjusted on you at halftime?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's been a little bit of execution. It's disappointing. We had, came out first series offensively, and you talk about play for about 2 minutes, and we lined up. A couple guys lined up incorrectly. We had to get them lined up right. So that shouldn't happen. And so we all got to stay locked in. Coaches, players, managers, trainers, everybody.
What happened to him in the game? He seems like
yeah, he seems great right now. We've put him in concussion protocol, but he seems to be doing pretty well.
What's the procedure there, Coach?
Yeah, well, the doctors, do it if there's any type of symptoms. The guy doesn't play anymore. He felt really good. Some guys it's a week process, 2-week process. Some guys it's a couple days, and he feels much, much better. And we anticipate he's going to be able to play on Saturday, but we have to wait through the whole protocol. I stay out of it. I'm not a doctor.
So whatever they say goes, right?
Yep. And I didn't start doing this, 10 years ago. Ever since I've been coaching, I just stay out of it. I'm not a doctor. I've never played one in a movie, and I don't let them coach either. I don't let those guys. Dr. Stewart calls 0 plays for us. So I just let them do their job, and Quan is certainly a guy that has played a lot of football for us, and I think he's going to be fine. We'll see.
If you win this week, I know you guys have eclipsed a lot of history here over the last couple of years, but no Tulane team has ever won 20 games in back-to-back seasons. You would do that with them. Is there any significance to that?
Oh, I think when you get in the middle of it, you're just worried about the upcoming opponent and playing well. The thing we're trying to do, Ed, is just, we got to improve. We haven't played a great game this season, I don't think. I think we've bits and pieces. We played really well, and we just got to work on us, improve and get better offense, defense, kicking game. There's been some times I've looked out there and said, wow, we got a chance to be pretty darn good. But and some other times where we've had to, fight, scratch, and claw to get the outcome we want.
Is that normal though?
I don't know. I everybody always says, "Oh, you're going to get everybody's best effort." Now that that we won the conference last year, we got to get our best effort. That's the effort I'm worried about. Execution.
Do you think that you're matching them? the last two teams?
I don't know.
I mean, they've all heard about how good you are and why you picked the league.
Yeah, I don't know. I think both those teams are, have won a bunch of games, and they're gonna win. I think they're both gonna be bowl teams. Saw North Texas last week took, Memphis to the wire. And then I think Rice is, as I said before, got a good ball club. So a lot of good teams in this league.
You guys have given up a lot of passing yards, but a lot of that is teams aren't running on you at all. The pass efficiency, defensive numbers are okay. How would you grade out the way your pass defense?
Well, it's so much involved with the defensive line too, and how much pressure we get, and linebackers and second level guys blitzing and rushing the passer and keeping them in the pocket, and I think we had some issues early in the ball game, and then we started playing better, in the second quarter. Certainly, we didn't give up many pass plays, but you got to mix it up and be able to play both zone and man. I don't think anybody's good enough to just sit there and play man coverage every single snap, or sit there and play zone and rush three. Kind of like everything. There's sometimes we've been pretty good, and sometimes we haven't been very good.
You only sacked that quarterback once, but you had pressure on other plays. How did you feel about it?
Okay, a couple times we let him get out of the pocket and extend plays. And as I've said many times before, I think that's some in the college game. You want to keep them hemmed up, keep them in the pocket. We do a deal where we, completion percentage, with pressure, and completion percentage without pressure, and then completion percentage in the pocket. And usually there's a difference.
So last year at this time, you were kind of able to get on a roll. How is that replicated? Have you thought much about that at all?
Oh, we just want to play better this week. We got to be single-minded in our approach each and every week, and it's got to be with East Carolina, and you got to, what we did against Rice didn't carry over this week, good or bad. And in order for us to play the best we're capable of playing, we got to prepare for East Carolina. As I said before, they got a lot of good players. They're a good team. They've, I thought we played really well last year out here, and we beat them 24-9. I think they're a good ball club.
Coach, what are the challenges then when you think about preparing for Southern Cal and Cotton Bowl last year, and you think about Ole Miss earlier in the season, they were ranked so highly? What are the challenges about preparing Tulane as opposed to a one-win East Carolina when that could be a difficult game?
Well, I think the big part is just us taking care of ourselves and improving in each facet, and each guy getting a little bit better. And there's two components to playing great: preparation, and then turning it loose for 3.5 hours, after the ball's been kicked off. And I think for the most part, we've done a pretty good job with the preparation. It's being able to play well for 3.5 hours. We haven't done that.
Obviously last year you guys were hunters. This year, you're not surprised anyone. You guys are the hunted. You're getting everyone's best game, because for them, it is their AAC championship. It is their Cotton Bowl. Obviously, East Carolina is going to be more hungry than ever to knock you guys off.
Yeah, it's but something. I think you're getting everybody's best. Every time you play, I would hope so. That's why they're playing it. And we just got to play better.
Did you 2 years ago when they handled you pretty good up there? Did you ever get discouraged?
No, that's probably the worst game we played since I've been here. And it was awful. But there's also, I talked about a game we played up there. We won in overtime, and early in my career here at Tulane, and we fought back and won the ball game. It was probably about 20 degrees out. I remember our guys came out. They had no shirts on, and they were ready to play. We had nothing to play for. Some people would assume, and they played their tails off. So, no, you get discouraged, for too long, and during the season, it's going to compound itself into the next week. Everybody good?
Thank you.
Thank y'all.